end of our canning stock route adventure is in sight. Only 350 kilometres to go. And corrugations anymore. They're still part of it alright, but an event 9 days ago is making an impact on us.
That's a front that's apparently hitting northwest.
Mate, hey, we need to get a drone in the air, see how far this goes. Countless salt lakes, tablelands and low-lying areas, flooded out, lie between us and Wolf Creek Crater. The first lake was nothing to worry about, but the second, it's nearing midnight, and what's about to go down will be our fourth bog on the same salt lake. Welcome back to Gully Lake.
You need a shirt that says I f***ing drive into holes.
If you're wondering how we ended up in this mess in the first place, well, this is what the hole looked like to begin with. Fairly dry, not too difficult. But within 2 hours, it turned to this. By the time we got the troopy out, it was even worse. So we filled the holes in that someone else had left. With some careful repositioning of these recovery boards, Chris may yet drive out of this. Okay, we'll pull him.
Now we're winching. The second car.
We're setting up camp here.
Probably how long?
I'm not camping here.
At least 5 minutes.
5 minutes?
We'll be done.
5 minutes.
Yeah, we're ready. Now let's go hot wire my winch.
Hot wire his winch. A quick look back 4 days ago will explain exactly what's going on here.
This is an isolator, and this is what's cooked again. What this does is prevents power from going to the winch unless I activate it, but in this case it's actually causing me problems. Yep, it's a isolator! Alrighty, I am going to take tension. Chris, you can slowly move forward. I'm moving as well. I'm going to back off. I need more tracks. Check out how far down those Maxtrax are squished into the ground from the winching pressure. Man, they're sunk right in. Man, he is stuck. Had the Maxtrax highway gone to plan, we would have less of a problem. But now they're all underneath, wedged up in between axles, spring hangers, acting like a ground anchor. We need to figure out a way how to place the remaining boards in a way so it lifts the bloopy up as we winch. There we go. We need to get this done. These dingoes are getting hungry, and so are we. So we don't know who's really in danger.
How you feeling, Raph? Yeah, keep winching. Keep winching.
Hang on, give it a break for a second. Right now, I don't know if something went on the winch line, some recovery boards have snapped, or if something happened to the bloopy. Just have a look around. We decided to keep pushing, carefully.
Yeah, it's working. Go. Yeah. Yeah. Stop.
And the bloopy is out, but for how long?
I'm gonna go to bed and I want to...
Trouble is, I have to reverse out of here now, because I have to drive back in. The ground is still getting worse by the minute.
You're moving.
The back wheel's slipping, but he's still moving. Yeah.
Just don't want to get caught up again. Such 5 or 6 hours trying to do this recovery. Oh my god, we're all so excited. So tired.
So excited.
Excited. Oh, not excited. Not excited. Tired.
How are you, mate?
Oh yeah, a bit tired. We had 5 hours sleep. Got in at 1 o'clock, I think.
How are we feeling, Mark?
Bit clammy, bit ratty.
Yeah. How about you, mate?
Yeah, fantastic.
Yeah, today the plan is just try to get to well 46 and have a shower, clean as much as we can. We don't have water, we don't have much food. Yeah, you can see it here.
Gully Lake didn't have a bypass, but the next lake does.
There is a bypass around there, Oka was telling me about.
We do not want to be dealing with this again.
That's what I want to check, whether this apparently bypass track, if it actually hits any lakes or if it actually just bypasses all the lakes. Because if we go this way, we're going to have to cross straight through that lake, and if that's full of water, if the rain's dumped there, we're going to be in a bit of spot of trouble.
Yeah, it's too much risk.
Yeah.
We're not here to wax camels, so let's roll out. Hang on a minute. Okay, now go. So where the Canning Stock Road splits into two, they're both the Canning. One of them goes past wells, which don't have any water anyway, but there's a lake, Gravity Lake. So judging by what we went through last night, I don't want to go through that again, and if we get there and we can't cross, we may not have enough fuel to have to backtrack all that way and then go up the other way. We'd be adding like 150 k's to our drive. And by the looks, a pretty slow going 150 k's too. This is stakey tyre country. Being the route less travelled, it's badly overgrown. There's fallen trees, there's a high potential of a smashed windscreen as well, coming around corners with branches hanging out. Oh, you got hit. And when I say overgrown, it's not just what hangs over the track. It's also what we're driving over. Just what you want. And I suspect this could get far worse later on.
That's a double humper.
However, let's look at the positive side. More growth means more vegetation and more opportunities to try what the land has to offer. The further north we've gone, the more these are flowering. Revelia. Remember these, Raph, from the gun barrel?
I remember them, yeah.
Running my finger on them, I'm going to dip these into my billy can and make some sweet water. So I guess we could call this Grevillea iced tea.
Takes a little bit of sweetness. Not like super sweet.
Supermarket. There's lots of stuff around. There's a lot of stuff that we don't understand even. This plant here, Chris has pointed out, that could be a root vegetable, like a potato or sweet potato, or we just don't know. We don't know all the things out here. There's probably a lot of stuff right around us that we could survive on. But this is definitely one of those that would give you a bit of a bump of energy. We've run out of chocolate and all our stuff because we have a 14-year-old teenager with us who's gone through everyone's fridge, found everyone's chocolate. So might be stopping a bit more frequently for these. What do you reckon? And it's not just about sweet stuff either. Our lunchtimes are becoming more inventive in the deepest stages of our 1,850 kilometre journey.
And I'm cooking some potatoes, leftover pretty much, onion, sauce, and some eggs, and put it all together here.
With a side of more potatoes.
I'll show you. That's how it looks like. What do you reckon?
I reckon happy days, mate.
Lunch is down. And we've got a long way to go. With the team fed, we continue tackling the dunes while enjoying the ever-changing landscape. Seems like it's getting thicker and thicker.
Overgrown.
Mate, it's getting so thick, eh? And there's freaking tyre poppers everywhere. So glad I got this wrap on the car. PPF all the way. PPF is great. DPF, however, just what you want when you're traversing this kind of stuff? Nah. So I'm actually sitting on a crest of a dune now, just letting the DPF burn finish, giving me some time to think about the track. According to the internet, apparently everyone does the canning stock route. I tend to think otherwise. No one's been on this track for quite some time. I know it's a bypass, but if you get stuck out here, I think you'll be waiting a while. And once upon a time, that nearly happened to Chris.
So I travelled out here in 2013 and yeah, we had to get a fuel dump done, and when we rocked up to get our fuel, it was actually gone. We had a name marked on it, Woods, and all the drums are empty, so that was the reason why they shut it down. So we ended up not having any fuel, but we did find a lot of drums with fuel. Obviously they were dumped quite regularly. We didn't have any fuel, what do you do? So we decided to just skim a little bit off each of the drums that were full, and then also grab some of just the dregs off the empty drums. So, you know, we were forced to actually take from others, but we hope that we didn't affect, you know, their travelling.
Soon enough, we're back on the track to enjoy the afternoon light before another drive into the night. Super duper thick. I'm so glad I got PPF for my vehicle. The troopy back there that doesn't have PPF, it's going to look a lot worse now. It's very late in the afternoon. I honestly thought we would be there by now. We've still got a while to go. I think maybe 10 Ks at 20 Ks per hour. We are hopefully going to have a shower at 46, but this means that our 16th day needs to be push, 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 because some people need to be home very soon, and you can't control the canning controls you. So far along the canning stock route, we've seen some amazing sunsets, but this might be the best. And it'd only be right to stop and take in this moment. Sit on the roof, absorb it all. Savour the moment. However, as darkness fell, whilst it looked amazing and still does, I'd be lying if I wasn't slightly worried about what might be coming up. Another dreaded stretch of slow driving.
Sounds awful.
It does sound awful. Only one way to find out. That's going to sound horrible in the troopy.
Bloody hell, Rash. What do you reckon? Scratchy.
Oh man, this is crazy. I feel sorry for this troopy, to be honest.
Doesn't feel so bad when it's not your car, eh?
You're going for a more metallic look?
Yeah, a kind of silver, black and white.
Come on, mate. Come on.
Oh, Jesus Christ, this truck is just getting better and better.
You want some real adventure, mate. You want some good content. You got to take the bypass track there. That's serious.
Oh yes, we're out of it for a brief moment. Oh! You comfy there?
Yeah.
Yep, it's gonna be another long night driving. Oh, what was that? Towards the end of the bypass track, things started to get wet again. And it's got me thinking, what would Gravity Lake be like right now? I'm getting the Gully Lake shivers just thinking about it. Oh, I sprayed too much. Mate, am I glad we took the bypass? Yeah, happy on this car. Not sure about this one, haven't had a look yet. Oh yeah, there's a lot of new ones there. Oh shit. Ooh, that's gonna need a buff, I think. We'll see in daylight. Right now, I'm gonna forget about it.
We're doing cheeseburgers. Have you got the pickles?
Dinner on the track again, and still a long way to well 46. Looks like that shower's going to have to wait until tomorrow. We wake up to another beautiful sunrise. And lucky for us, we're at well 46, and it's got water. But there's something not quite right about this water.
This water's full of mozzie larvae and doesn't look the best. I'm hoping this will take most of it out. I'm not going to drink this, no way.
And that's breakfast.
Yeah, we're running out of protein.
At least we can have a shower, after some filtering that is, and have a little reset before we tackle our last push.
Day 16. We've really underestimated how long the canning was going to take. We had allowed 16 days, but now it's day 16. We are still 2 days from getting out. We're at well 46 and the water is pretty gross. Each bucket we've been pulling up has been getting murkier and murkier. I chose to have the last one and it was pretty brown, so I threw some eucalyptus leaves in it and that made it smell a little bit better.
All of these wells we're seeing along the track, the ones still operational that is, most of them are maintained by track care. If it wasn't for track care keeping these wells alive, I'm not sure how much water we would have had to have carried.
Running low on water, running low on food.
We already don't have enough.
And that's part of the reason why we need to push. We need to get to some cleaner water. We don't want to be making drastic measures to find water and stuff. So we need to keep moving, need to keep pushing. All right, pack up time.
As we pack up and prepare for a long day, Chris has a few thoughts on what usually holds us up.
More vehicles means potentially more mechanical problems. That's probably one thing. And the other thing is especially for us, I mean, the pace of moving. More vehicles, more people means more pit stops, means more breaks, which can be, it actually can get quite frustrating when you've got, a deadline to meet or you want to be at a certain well at a certain time. So, yeah, I mean, my view is 3 is probably a good number.
I think we'll get to hopefully well 51 by today. If there's another well with water, it's worth us stopping just to check we got water enough for today. So ideally we get to Billiluna today. Oh, see, my deadline time is going already. We should have been out of here by now. What's going on, people? We should have been out of here by now.
With the pack up done, it's time to hit the road and put the foot down.
It's so open driving on this next stretch. It's just all these smaller termite mounds. I don't know if that's the size that they're going to remain or if there's been a big fire through and it's burnt them all and they're rebuilding.
We seem to be making good time, aside from the odd bit of mud.
That mud completely slowed me down, guys. Sorry about that.
The occasional dense patch of bush and a bit of bush tucker to stop the progress entirely.
We just pulled up to this eucalypt tree and just noticed what we think possibly could be bush coconuts.
Sorry, Raph. I know we're on the clock, but I spotted some here as well. I'm just going to grab a few off the tree. The gum tree behind me has been infested by a parasite, and that parasite has grown coconuts onto the tree. So they're known as the bloodwood apple or the bush coconut. Is that a butterfly or something?
Yeah, that's the larvae. That's the larvae I was talking about.
Oh, wow.
That lives inside it.
I'll give it a go.
It's definitely something I'd class as survival food. Not a nice snack.
Yeah.
You know what it reminds me? No, it reminds me when you have a wabba and it's not quite right.
It does remind me of a banana when you eat it too green.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like that.
Yeah, I know what you mean, the beta.
Interesting. Okay.
High protein.
Yeah?
High protein, yeah.
Could use a bit of that.
Right.
Well, there you have it.
Get off the protein bars and on the bush coconuts.
I reckon there's water off to the side there.
Yeah, there is a leg in there.
And I'll see a challenge up ahead, perhaps. It looks like there's 2 ways up.
Oh no, which one will you pick?
We'll wait till I get there.
I think we all knew I was going to pick the fun way. I reckon lunch will taste better this way. It's amazing how much the terrain has changed, where small plateaus seem to be massive, providing us a pretty epic view. One quick bite before pushing on for our final Ks of the day.
Grazing country out here. God, there's so much grass.
Which definitely doesn't disappoint. And just when you thought it couldn't get any greener,
That range off to our right is killer.
We're getting so close to the end of this. And I actually thought, flat plains, been there, done that, seen that before, and then boom, this range just pops up. Oh, if only we had another day.
couldn't pass up a sunset like this, especially with this range sitting in the background. One of those moments where everyone starts reflecting on what the canning's been.
Ronny and I have spoken about this before, but having a group that you really bond with, and although we've had a few difficult moments, which I think happens on any trip, I think it's so important to pick that group and travel with that group and bond with that group, and you form a really cool connection.
But we're not done yet. There's still 3 more wells to go. We need to get to well 49. It's the last one we know of that has water.
Oh, bloody beautiful, eh?
Drinkable water.
It's our last day in the canning, and today we're going to Wolf Creek. And this is the final well that has water. What might seem like a long time, 17 days, has actually been a very short 17 days. It's been nothing short of epic. And although we're nearly done the entire canning, 1/3 of it was probably in the dark. That'll be my first excuse to come back here. Second excuse to come back here will be to catch up with the Indigenous again. I'm already looking forward to coming back, and haven't even left yet. Farewell to the last well that has water, well 49.
It should be an easy day ahead of us.
Maybe not.
Wait, Ronny! Reckon it was a Prado?
It looked like it, eh? Yeah, it is a Prado.
3 Prados. 3 Prados burnt down. That's not a good look for Toyotas. We're approaching the last well, well 51.
Ooh, there's a lake up here.
Oh,
The track might be a bit wet then. Oh no.
I think it's a dead end, guys. We're not going that way. It's completely underwater. And well 51 is over there. And looking from here, it looks like the whole thing is underwater. We got 2 more options. The west side and option 3, the east side. And then on the other side of those dunes is where the bigger lake is. And seeing this with water in it, how much has the lake got in it?
Which brings me back to the old phrase I've been saying time and time again.
Like I said, you can't control the canning controls you.
How many times have you said that this whole trip?
So many times, because it just keeps ringing true.
So we just pulled up at what we thought would be our triumphant arrival at the last well, well 51, but it was flooded out, essentially underwater, and we're also pretty low on water. So now we're jetting to Billiluna. The store closes at 4, but we just got to see whether we can cross this lake at all first.
And the water would have been right up here as well, Raph. right up here and even maybe in front of us.
Yeah, I believe that.
That's what 100 mil of rain does. Birds are loving it. We've tried it west first because it's shorter, and then there's a bypass on the
East. If we have to take the east, we're not going to make Billiluna on time for the shop to be open, if we can pass, that is.
As we close in on option 2, it's really not looking good.
Option 2, eh? Oh, this is mank.
They've had rain recently and it's just completely flooded this area out. So yeah, we just got to find an alternative route to get around the lake. But we are running out of time, we haven't got any water. And the shop's shut at 4 o'clock.
Hey, we need to get a drone in the air and see how far this goes.
Yeah, cool.
While the camera crew does the drone recon, we look for an alternative route.
There it is.
I'm thinking that we actually need to go the other way. Through there.
Yeah.
There.
Yeah, that's the one
there,
that goes
there.
all around the lake.
Yeah, I reckon that's the one.
As the drone recon returns,
Swampy.
Yeah, the whole
Very
way.
swampy.
Oh yeah, that's too long. Yeah.
Alright, want to make the call?
we're ready to make the call.
Let's get moving.
Yeah,
let's go around.
We've got a third and final track to try, but it's a long way around. We're really racing the clock to make Billiluna before the shop closes at 4. We have water, but it's well water.
Doesn't look the best.
It's murky.
I'm not doing drink this, no way.
None of us wants to touch it, unless we really have to. It's all looking good. Until
Ronny just got bogged there. He doesn't respond, he doesn't say anything, he just said, don't come in. That's what I know.
The 76 has gone dark.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm not too bad actually.
I had my window the whole way down.
Well, so did I, but sorry about that. Oh no, get that mud out of the car.
Shut up, Toyota.
since the 76 went down here, I don't want either of those heavy troopies anywhere near here.
Wait, Ronny!
It's giving me the Gully Lake shivers. Turns out, this might be worse.
We're at Wolf Creek, which means we've finished the canning. And I finally got my ass to Wolf Creek. You know, I've driven past this a few times, but I've saved it for this exact moment. Chris and the Bloopy kept going last night because he's got to head to Broome to drop off one of the camera boys, while the rest of us will check out Wolf Creek for the first time. "300,000 years ago, a rock slammed into the ground right here at 15 kilometers per second. That's amazing. Wolf Creek, this is officially what I consider the finisher for the CSR, the canning stock route. A lot of doubt along the way if we'd make it or not. This, I think, moves to the #1 trip I've done so far. Epic. Will I be back again? Yes, 100%.